I gave my first love a second chance, and he turned my past into his favorite weapon. I'm 28. He was my first everything in college. First boyfriend, first kiss, first I love you. He was the quiet, soft-spoken good guy everyone trusted. I was the loud one, always laughing, always needing reassurance. We were together for 3 years. Cheap pizza, dollar coffee, fake studying in the library, walks around the lake behind the dorms. We'd talk about our future, like we had any idea. Back then, splitting a $5 meal in an Uber felt like building a life. After graduation, I moved to another state for a job my parents helped me get. He stayed in our college town with a steady office job. We tried long distance. FaceTime until one of us fell asleep. Texting during lunch, saving for flights. Then the calls got shorter. Replies went from minutes to hours to days. We never had a big screaming breakup. We just slowly ghosted each other until one day I realized we hadn't spoken in weeks and neither of us was reaching out. I cried. Then I threw myself into my new life. New city, new job, new friends. And I met someone. A man who actually showed up for me. He checked on me when I worked late. Brought soup when I was sick. He remembered my deadlines better than I did. Our families met. We talked about wedding dates and future kids. We were all in, emotionally, physically, in every way that actually matters. I really thought that was the story I'd tell our kids one day. It didn't work out. No cheating, no big betrayal. Just two people slowly stopping trying. Missed calls, canceled plans, him getting quieter every week, both of us buried in our own stress. Until we were basically strangers, who only remembered each other when a shared calendar notification popped up. I spent months ugly crying on my bathroom floor. While everyone assumed I was fine, I still showed up to work at my little marketing job, scheduling other people's Instagram posts, posted my own brunch pics, laughed at stupid memes like nothing happened. The years just kind of blur together. I get promotions, go on bad dates, collect a few random situationships, but nobody I can actually picture a life with. Then my company sends me back to my old city for a work trip. On impulse, I text my college ex. Hey, I'm in town. Hope you're good. We meet at this little coffee shop we used to go to. Same sticky tables, same burnt coffee. He walks in, says my name the way he did when I was 20, and my stomach drops. My body remembers him. Before my brain catches up. We talk for hours. Jobs, parents, mutual friends, breakups, everything. By the time we leave, he's texting me. Feels like no time passed. Feels like we left something unfinished. My heart does that stupid little flip. The one that makes you forget why it ended in the first place. We start talking every day again. Good mornings, good nights, dumb memes. This song reminded me of you. Then one night he says, I've never stopped thinking about you. You're the one that got away. That should have been a red flag. Instead, I melted. We decide to try again. At first, it's honestly really sweet. He's more mature, more intentional. I'm not that insecure, clingy college girl anymore. Or at least I really like to believe I wasn't. We cook, take walks, binge trash, reality shows on the couch. I catch myself thinking, maybe the fairy tale is real. Maybe you really do end up with your first love, just later. Then the comments start. Little things like, back when you were in that other city, I bet you never felt lonely. Or, I'm sure someone was taking care of you while I was here alone. Always said with a half smile, a joking tone. But the words stick. One night, I finally say, do you actually want to know? Or do you just want to punish me for whatever you're imagining? He shrugs. I just wonder how fast you moved on, that's all. So I decide if we're doing this, we're doing it as adults. No half-truths, no pretending. I take a breath and tell him, yeah, I was in a serious relationship after we broke up. Our families met. We talked about marriage. He just stares at me, so I keep going. And yeah, we were sleeping together. It wasn't a fling. I loved him. Saying that out loud to my first love. Feels like handing him a knife and watching him decide what to do with it. He goes completely quiet. Not awkward quiet. 10 minutes of staring at the floor, jaw clenched, won't look at me. Finally, he says, I talked to some girls too. But it wasn't like that. They were too easy. It didn't mean anything. He actually calls them too easy, while admitting he hooked up with them. I laugh. Not because it's funny, but because I can't believe he's serious. It comes out as this ugly, shocked laugh I don't even recognize. And he just stares at me like I'm the one who's crazy. So, your random hookups don't count, but my serious relationship is some permanent stain? He doesn't answer, just shrugs again. I just never pictured you with someone else like that, he says. We both say we'll let the past go. We say all the right words. It's in the past. We weren't together then. Only now matters. I believe him. Because I want to. I move back to a city. I leave a job I actually liked. My friends ask if I'm sure, if it's too fast. I just keep saying, we've known each other forever. Even though a part of me is scared they might be right. We talk about getting married by the end of the year. And that's when the grip tightens. We start having full-blown fights over nothing, like me double-tapping an old comment from a guy friend, and suddenly he's in my notifications, scrolling like he's looking for proof. Why do you even need male friends? He snaps. If you really loved me, I should be enough. Some random guy from college replies to my story. I send a polite emoji back and toss my phone on the couch. He sees the banner pop up and his whole face hardens. You like this attention, don't you? He says. Are you bored with normal now? You miss having options? I'm just standing there with my phone in my hand, my stomach in my throat, thinking, I can't even send an emoji without it turning into an interrogation. If I get home late from team drinks, he's cold. Short answers, no eye contact. One night he says, it's just, after everything, I need to feel secure, okay? After everything? I repeat. What? Everything? We weren't together. He ignores that. You moved on pretty fast last time, he says. I don't want to be blindsided again. Every fight somehow circles back to my past. At one point, I even suggest therapy, or at least a real reset. He actually laughs and says, we don't need strangers in our relationship. We just need me to stop triggering his insecurity. I just sit there thinking, so I'm the problem and the solution? Some nights I open apartment listings on my phone, then close them again. Because leaving feels like failing at the same love twice. For the record, I was never normal about that breakup either. I broke down in ways he's never even seen. But in his head, I moved on. And that's all that matters. One night, I finally snap. You slept with other people too. Why does mine count and yours doesn't? He doesn't even hesitate. It's different, he says. How? I ask. Because you loved him, he shoots back. I could have married you, and you went and built that with somebody else. And that's what he's really mad about. Not that I had sex, that I dared to imagine a future with someone who wasn't him. Now we barely talk. We sit on the same couch, both scrolling on our phones, feeling miles apart. I catch him staring at me sometimes, like he's trying to see the version of me that existed before anyone else touched me. The other day at a cafe, sitting in that gross, cold silence, I'm staring at my cup, tracing circles on the lid. It just slips out. I say quietly, without looking up, if you really can't get over my past, maybe we should stop before we destroy each other. He doesn't argue. He doesn't reassure me. He just finishes his coffee, pays, and drives me home without a word. No music, no small talk, just the sound of the turn signal, and my heart pounding in my throat. That night, I text, let me know when you get home. He leaves it on read. I even write out a whole breakup text. I love you, but I can't live like this. Stare at it for 10 minutes, then delete it. So here I am. I've changed cities, changed jobs for this man. Some nights I still open those apartment listings again, then put my phone face down and pretend I never saw them. I still love him. I still see that college boy in my head, walking around that lake promising we'd figure it out. But now I feel like I'm constantly on trial for something that happened when we weren't even together, like my body, my choices, my grief over another relationship, are all evidence in a case where he is judge, jury, and executioner, and I'm never allowed to win. He says he loves me, says he's just afraid of losing me again. But it doesn't feel like love. It feels like punishment for not staying single in case he came back. Everywhere online, people romanticize first love, second chances, like it's this beautiful full circle moment. Nobody talks about how ugly it gets when the person you love can't stop measuring you against a version of you. That doesn't exist anymore. Be honest, you guys, has anyone actually gotten back with their first love and stayed happy? Or am I just killing myself for a man who only wants the girl I was before life happened to me?